I have no memory of my mother. Tuberculosis stole her away from me when I was just 1 year old. All I remember of her is how much I long for her love as a child.
The memories are blurred and faded, but the pain remains. Passed from relative to relative, with no permanent home, the trauma of early abandonment left its scars. When her father returned to rebuild his family, anger rose in the young girl. If you hadn't have left, none of this would have happened, she said.
My new family moved to the city. We were poor, but we never went hungry. I went to high school. I fell in love with a boy next door. We got married and started our own family. Life seemed like it might be treating me better.
The family heard rumors that the house they were living in was going to be demolished, but it came sooner than anyone expected. Promised a plot of land in a relocation site, the vulnerable young family went to the government hearing, but instead of land, they were given $30 and told they would have to make it work.
Jimmy and I took our 2 babies to a tiny house that we rented. We couldn't afford it, but we had nowhere else to go.
For a few months they managed to pay, borrowing from friends, skipping meals to save a few cents here and there. But eventually they couldn't pay any longer, and so they gave some of their appliances in place of payment. The next month they gave their table and chairs. The next month they gave everything that they had left, but they had to leave. Alone and destitute, with literally nothing in the world but each other. Her mother had been taken, her childhood had been taken, and now her house had been taken. No safety net, no one to call and ask for help, but she couldn't give up. Her children needed her to fight for them. The lifeline was a small plot of land. A relative sent them to the relocation site, to their new home.
It was impossible to call it a home. It was 4 pieces of bamboo and a tin roof, but it was all we had. We found some sacks to make walls and tried to keep the rain out, and we started to build something from there.
Evangeline, Jojo, and their 3 beautiful children, living amongst the other poor families whose homes have been demolished and who have been lumped together in the middle of a field. There's no opportunity for jobs or growth. Crime and drugs are rampant. There is 1 water tank for hundreds of families, with untreated water that makes the children sick. The family has no electricity, no running water, no toilet. How do you raise a family like this? Even though they're far from the city, Evangeline kept her job at the restaurant and traveled for an hour each way, leaving her children with her mother-in-law. But a few weeks ago, she came home to find that her daughter had collapsed after school from hunger and was dangerously weak from malnutrition.
The guilt and shame I felt for not being able to take care of my daughter was crushing, so I quit my job. We need the money, but I need to take care of my children too.
Then, her husband lost his job. There is no more construction work, and they say they don't need him anymore. Life stole her mother, her childhood, her home, her job, her husband's job, and nearly claimed her daughter's life. In the face of crushing defeat, traumatic crisis, and piercing injustice, with the world against her and with no logical way out, Evangeline should not have made it. But against all odds, she had hope. She never stopped fighting. She is hanging on to life by a thread, but she will not let go.
If I could just be given the chance to start something new, to get a new opportunity, I would take it, and I would put everything into making a better life for my children. I would do anything for them.